Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Final race of the day is about to take to the circuit. TKM Extreme, race 21, and 15 minutes plus 1 lap is about to take to the circuit. Let's have a look at how they're going to line up. It's going to be a close one, but Harvey Roffe is going to start on pole position. Joe Fowler alongside. What can they do? They've had a brilliant weekend so far. Chris Whilton, the Privateers, also had a good weekend. He starts from the second row with Jack Saunders alongside. Michael Cornell and Ben Watson, they'll go from row 3 with Sam Johns, who this time isn't going to be starting at the back of the grid. It's all well, he's starting from 4th row with Aaron Lask alongside. Cian Bennett and Spencer Lane, they'll go from row 5, rounding out the top 10 from Lee Whittingham, and Archie Strong go from row 6. Tom Johnson and Fen Chapman go from row 7. Ashton Cox and Charlie King, hopefully no issues for Charlie King in this one because I believe he had a breakdown in heat number 2 off the top of my head, right, yep, if I can remember.
I do think you're correct in that one.
Again, the lovely cans there on Ken Potter's head. Watching the start proceedings to make sure all is well, all is good.
And the final one that he needs to watch.
Yes,
today,
indeed.
Anyway.
Yes, indeed.
Can't believe we're already into the day, mate. It's been fantastic.
What weekend it's been. Obviously, this is my local track. I live in Silverstone. I'm only down the road.
Same with me.
It's lovely to be here. Nice and easy. No long drive for me.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It's my normal
only
commute to work.
30-minute drive.
Exactly. Normal commute to work. But
here we go.
Into the final corner. And are we going to go this time? Green flag's out. Here we go. Great start from the front row. Little spread out at the back of the grid there, but crucially, straight away Harvey Roffe holds on to the race lead. Joe Fowler is now under pressure from Whitton behind. But now, look at that lunge there from Fowler down the inside. Managed to retake the lead early doors into Christmas. He's not going to defend, and that's going to allow Harvey Roffe to immediately attack straight back, and does so, gets that move done. Now Chris Whitton on the outside line going into Wilkins. It's going to compromise him because down the inside comes the 32 of Jack Saunders. Now moves up into P3, the number 32 driver that you can see there, now tucking in as much as possible, trying to hold that position. They sweep into the boot section for the first time. The whole pack comes through nice and clean, nothing separating any of these drivers. There's Michael Cornell in the mid-pack, currently running in 6th place. Cross the line they go. Roffe, Fowler, Saunders, Whitton, Johns, Cornell, Bennett, Watson, Whittingham, Lask, Lane, Strong, Johnson, King, Cox and Chapman. The entire grid separated by 3 seconds at the end of lap 1.
What a move by Fowler into Christmas corner on the first lap, and he does it again on the second lap. Moves up into the lead, and he brings the number 32 of Jack Saunders with him up into 2nd place. He goes, and they drop the 63 of Harvey Roffe now down into P3. Yeah, in hindsight, the 2020 vision that we have from outside doing that first lap, maybe Fowler should have defended that 2nd place, but it doesn't matter anymore. He's back into 1st. So that's done and dusted. Can he start to make a lead, though? Can he start to push ahead, or is he going to be reeled back in by the drivers behind? We'll have to wait and see. Again, 15 minutes for this final. Another long one, so lots to play out. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
The drivers now in a long train of karts as they make their way up into Christmas corner. Any lunges? No. Looks
surprised.
like it's all clean. No, like you say, first couple of laps there, they just jostle themselves into position. Then it's not right. Now they put in the hours.
Saunders with the fastest lap, and he was clearly gaining up the straight there towards Christmas, so I thought he might just go for a little cheeky one up the inside, but no, thinks better of it as of now anyway. And through the mid section of the circuit, seems to have dropped a couple of tenths off of the leader, but gives the point forward. Says to Harvey Roffe, please don't try and overtake me, mate. Let's try and go for this. Ooh. And Harvey Roffe does not listen. Up the inside he goes and squeezes out wide. Jack Saunders through the final corner is going to lose sort of 6 or 7 places, I think.
Well, he's going to fall nearly to the back of the grid there is Saunders. He's not going to like that one bit. Yep, crosses the line, P8. He won't enjoy that. And now Joe Fowler leads with quite a sizable gap. Chris Whitton is the only one in between himself and the rest of this pack. Harvey Roffe still there in 3rd place. Sam Johns there up in 3 places. He is up into P4 now. He'll be liking this. But they've got to close that gap. We'll keep an eye on it. But if Joe Fowler keeps doing what he's just been doing, i.e. setting the fastest laps of the race, they won't catch him very quickly. Move there. Who was that? That was the 34 just getting through. That's Lee Whittingham getting past Ben Watson. That's the P6 in the back of shot. 12 minutes to go. Lots of action. As there, Charlie King in the 16 getting past Spencer Lane into the boot as well. He moves up 1 position, crossing the line. All is dandy. Gap 1.17 seconds.
Sam Johns is making his way through the field very nicely as well. We saw 2 overtakes on that last lap, gains 1 position by the end of it. Up into P3 he goes, and it's basically the leader and then everyone else, isn't it, now in this TKM Extreme class? It's brilliant to see. Still got lots to go, so these guys are going to have to work together if they're wanting to take that win away from Joe Fowler, but he continues to set fastest laps. Fastest lap again on that last lap, a 47.40. Closest to him is second place of 47.6. Nearly 2.5 seconds, sorry, 2.5 tenths of a second, I should say, slower on that last lap. But these guys will need to work together because, as you say, number of wheels is better than just 4. But that's too many drivers. I cannot even work that out, how many wheels, how many tyres that is.
Yeah. Quick maths not on my side.
Not our forte. Right,
development. The gap has opened up just a fraction. But Sam Johns, fastest driver out on circuit, 47.33. A little bit faster than Joe Fowler up ahead. Sizably faster than Harvey Roffe just in front. Sam Johns, you see him there with the white helmet and the Tim Wilson Motorsport outfit. If he can get past Harvey Roffe, maybe he's got the potential to close that gap. But if he can't get past, that gap may open more and more. But it looks like Harvey Roffe has actually opened up from that pack behind now.
There was a bit of a shake of the head from Sam Johnson. He came off of that middle section of the track. Clearly didn't quite take it as well as he thinks he should have. So although setting the fastest lap last time, that now goes back to Joe Fowler after that last lap. And actually, tell a lie, it's actually Harvey Roffe in second who now steals it.
It is a full 10th faster than Joe Fowler on that last lap and has closed the gap again to 1.1 seconds. So keep an eye on that one. It's still plenty of time. Chopping and changing there.
Momentum changing. Sam Johns was once quickest on circuit, now is losing a position, but retakes it back at the next corner. Back up into third he goes.
Yeah, it was Whilton who was going for that move there, the number 5 seed from last year. Looking like he wants to make moves in this one. And again, he just, testing the waters there. Committed to the move, but then didn't defend to the next one. And that opened it straight back up for Sam Johns to fight back. Now, Sam Johns has won a race before, you know. The Welsh driver supporting. If Henry was here, he would be happy. But Sam Johns, you know, he won the round at Warden Law. He was very happy with that one. And if he could win this one, I'm sure he'd be very happy with this one. But he's got lots of work to do, but plenty of time to do it, as quite clearly a gap there and back down the inside. There goes Chris Whitton. Sam Johns on the outside, squeezing. No, he holds on to it. Keep an eye on just behind, though, because you've got Ben Watson, you've got Lee Whittingham, you've got Michael Cornell getting involved as well. And down the inside there goes the 95 of Ben Watson, gets past Chris Whitton. And Whitton now in this sort of mid-pack area. He's going to struggle now because he's going to have everyone wanting to overtake or get onto that train. So they all slot into position. 8.5 minutes to go. Now it's all slightly calmed down as they finish this lap, but now Sam Johns has got some clean air. Now can start to try and catch up to the back of Harvey Roffe, who is, ladies and gentlemen, closing in on Joe Fowler. That gap now less than a second.
Indeed, he's closing in about a couple of tenths a lap.
Did just go for a brief moment there. Hopefully we are back and you can hear us in the paddock area and of course on the live stream. 7.5 minutes to go, and like we say, yeah, Fowler leading the way still, but that gap, yeah, increasingly closing. 0.7 of a second. Last lap time 47.4 by Fowler. It was a 47.2 by Harvey Roffe. Roffe has won a lot of the races here this weekend, so you know he's got the I say this weekend, today. They've had all their racing today, haven't they, in the TKM class? So yeah, both heats and this final, no pre-final for them, so nothing to really shake up the grid for this race. It's all done on their classification points that they got from Heat 1 and Heat 2. As down the inside there goes the recovering Jack Saunders in that number 32. Remember, we saw him get slightly helped wide. That's as much as I'll say, into the boot section. But now he's starting to make his way back through the field, which is excellent to see. Crossing the line, tucked in as much as possible. Everyone tucking in as much as possible. Apart from that chap there, he was bolt upright there, just like, no, this is how I sit. I don't know who that was. He doesn't
care about the human DRS, clearly. See him move down to Christmas corner as well. That's nearer the back of the pack, near sort of the end of the top 10, I believe that was. As we look back forward now, this is the 5 pressuring the 27. That's, of course, Chris Whitton on Sam Johns. Now form their own sort of little pair. And we'll see if they decide to work together as they split off from the bigger pack behind, whether they can now try and catch up to second place of Harvey Roffe and also first place of Joe Fowler. But not quite doing anything just yet.
You saw there a very subtle shake of the head from Sam Johns as that gap between himself and Harvey Roffe is extending. It's over 2 seconds now is that gap, but it's not over yet, Sam, because remember, if Harvey Roffe can catch Joe Fowler, to which he is doing so because he set another fastest lap of the race, he took 3/10 out of Fowler on that last lap. The gap is now less than half a second between those two for the race lead. If they start battling, you keep working at it, you'll catch up.
Exactly. I was going to say that gap at the front is no longer half a second. That's maybe 1 or 2 tenths now. He's almost right on the bumper. Is Harvey Roffe on Joe Fowler. So we'll keep an eye on that, whether it's going to move. As you can see, they're going through the front, the sort of side of the shot. And down the bottom of your shot there, they are right nose to tail now, our front two. 0.3 of a second between them. So as you say, any battling between those two and the couple behind will begin to catch up. And if it's really, really heavy battling, possibly the whole rest of the pack too.
There you are, I can see them. Harvey Roffe again, fastest lap of the race. He is closing in on the race leader as they head into the Ashby corner now. You can just see them at the top of your shot there. Sam Johns, Chris Whitton, keep an eye on that gap. It's still 2.6 seconds, but they haven't started battling yet. All he's done is catch up. He's now got to try and get past, but Fowler will defend it. Fowler has had a great start to this, and I think he's done it. I think he's done it already. Has Harvey Roffe managed to get past?
We'll have to wait and see when they come back into shots.
No, he hasn't. He stayed there. I thought he'd got past. So now, closing in, final 4 minutes left of the race. Lots of time, an eternity in karting in words, really. English, good England there, as they come through. But again, you just see there, Fowler just saying, yeah, just think about it, think about it. You may think, you know, you want to overtake me, but you don't want to overtake me.
No,
you want to.
Why would you ever want to do that?
You want to push me along. Yeah.
And we did see Harvey Roffe as well, though, going up the straight towards Christmas corner. Big check over the shoulder as well, just seeing where he was in terms of placement compared to Sam Johns and Chris Whitton in that pack behind. Realises he has quite a nice gap between there, so can probably just wait this out and go for it nearer the end of the race. No need to waste any time, but we'll just have to wait and see when he goes for it. Still has the fastest lap, does Harvey Roffe, so clearly a lot of waft in that car.
Yes, indeed. Chris Whitton is your current championship leader in the point standings at the moment, but Sam Johns is closing in on the points. He's only about 50 points behind. Aaron Lasker's gone down into 3rd in the standings. Ben Watson, he's gone up into 4th. Harvey Roffe has gone up into 5th in the standings as well. Spencer Lane, he's dropped down into the 8th place spot. Spencer Lane currently in P12. Someone who's in the top 10 of the championship. You know, it's not been a good weekend for him, but he is a very quick driver. You know, the number 7 seed. He may be struggling with something this weekend. We're not too sure. Last 3 minutes of this race, and where are the two behind? 2.5 seconds for Sam Johns, Chris Whitton. This battle on your screen is Ben Watson down. So it's basically the battle from 6th downwards, 6th to 13th. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? So many karts involved in this battle, and it really could go any way. They're all so close on pace around that level of the field. And I mean, to be honest, throughout the entire field, they're all within the sort of 3 or 4 tenths of each other every single lap.
Now, nothing. Development, ladies and gentlemen, at the front of the pack. Harvey Roffe has taken the lead. There you can see it just in the top of your screen. New race leader, Harvey Roffe, now leading the way from Joe Fowler. We're not sure where the overtake happened, but it was off screen. So now, what is Joe Fowler going to do? He's going to instantly fight back. Of course he is. He goes down the inside at the exit of Pitts Bend, retakes the lead now, and this is going to heat up. Warning flag out for Harvey Roffe as well in the 63. So something, maybe that overtake was a little bit more bumptious than we thought so. Now it's starting to heat up. Oh, look at the switch back there. He threw in the dummy, did Harvey Roffe, but he couldn't quite make the move. Now keep an eye on Sam Johns. This is what Sam Johns wanted. He wanted them to start battling, and look, Out of 1 lap, they've taken a whole second out of them. Now the switchback. Wow, look at the direction change there from Roffe. What a move. But look at Fowler. He's going to fight back as much as he can. Takes the wide line, tries to get the cut back. Now he'll have the momentum. He'll go to the outside here into the boot section. Now he'll get the switchback. Watch it as they come into this section here. No, he can't do it. He goes to the outside. Here comes Sam Johns. Look at that. They've now closed up. It's a 4-way battle. Johns around the outside. 1 position gained. And he's got the momentum. He was slightly off the track, but he was on track limits because of the curbs. Now as they go through again, Sam Johns fighting for that race lead. He's got the momentum, but closes the door. Does Harvey Roffe. Now Chris Whilton comes into play. Whilton on the outside of Johns. He now takes P2 away. And keep an eye on Fowler, because Fowler now has got to fight back furiously. Defensive is Roffe. He holds onto that inside line. Now keep an eye on 5th place is coming in. Jack Saunders, the 32, who was nerfed out into 8th place, has now closed right back in. There's still a minute to go in this race, but anything could happen. Out of the Ogiers section they go in towards boot, and now a bit of breathing space for Roffe. He's got an advantage now.
He has indeed, as you say, with still a minute to go, and we're already on a 4-way battle for the lead. Do we think that they started that battling just a little bit too early? They could have kept it as a 2-way battle if they just continued helping each other along. But no, it hasn't happened. And I mean, we're very happy to see that, aren't we? Getting 4 people involved. Now it is 5, and they're all chopping and changing up into Christmas corner. No moves just that time around, but all moving to different sides of the circuit, trying to find the best line. But we can see now the leader pulled out a slight gap, has Roffe. Maybe only a 10th or 2 as the 5 squeezes out the 27 there. That's, of course, Chris Whilton squeezing out Sam Johns through that section of the circuit, coming down into Ogiers, and that gap out to the leader is extending more and more and more. 5 seconds to go, so we are going to go on to the last lap of the race next time around.
We are indeed, yes. So Harvey Roffe now has got a comfortable advantage. Keep an eye on Whilton, though, because he has opened up also a gap from behind, but he's running out of time. Last lap board comes out this time around. I believe Harvey Roffe, pending disaster, or not pending, well, hopefully nothing happens to it. Hopefully he gets to what he needs to do. But Chris Whilton there, now looking comfortable. It's all about 3rd place, really. Sam Johns, it was looking like he was struggling. He wanted to gain momentum. He was been in 3rd for the majority of this. He was up into 2nd at one point. Now he's defending for the last spot on the podium. Can he hold it? Into Wilkins. It looks comfortable for the time being. Just puts the car in the middle of the track just to stop anyone from looking down the inside, but keep an eye on it into the boot section. I don't think anyone's close enough. I think despite the fact of how close they were in that penultimate lap, it's looking good.
It is looking good. Jack Saunders just holding it there through the boot to keep on to P4, I think. But Harvey Roffe comes across the line to take the win there in TKM Extreme. What a final few minutes there. Started battling pretty early, did the leaders, and that led to some very interesting battling, and practically the entire field getting involved with that lead battle. But what a race, and Harvey Roffe a deserved win there by the end. Chris Whilton in P2 and Sam Johns in P3 up 4 positions, so well done to him. Jack Saunders is there in 4th, Joe Fowler in 5th, and Charlie King in 6th, up 10 positions during that race from last place to 6th. He should be very, very proud of that performance, should Charlie King. Behind him was Archie Strong, who was also up 5 places, so fair play to him as well. Then it was Ben Watson in 8th, Lee Whittington 9th, Spencer Lane in 10th, Michael Cornell in 11th, then Aaron Larsk in 12th, Kian Bennett in 13th, Ashton Cox in 14th, Fen Chapman in 15th, and then sadly, Tom Johnson, I don't believe actually started that race, or at least did start that race and had to retire. So frustrating there for Tom. But I can't believe it. That's the end of our last final of the day. TKM Extreme started the day and it now finishes the day. And what a day it's been here at the British Kart Champs. It's been absolutely fantastic. My first experience, and I've enjoyed every second of it. So I want to thank everyone for having me. I do really appreciate the opportunity. And also a huge thank you to everyone out there on the track. Of course, the marshals, all of the Wilton Mill staff, and all of the British Kart Champs staff. We thank you ever so much. We literally could not do this without you. So thank you very much for turning up and doing your jobs so well. We had a couple of difficulties during the day and they were all sorted out super quickly and super professionally. So we really, really do appreciate that. And also a big thank you to all the Alpha Live staff as well. Of course, my co-commentator, Anthony Jordan. It's been fantastic to work with him again. Of course, James Fitchew doing all of the producing, always does a fantastic job. And then all of the cameramen out there as well on circuit have been getting some brilliant shots for us. And it's been fantastic to see from the comms box. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed subscribed already to the Alpha Live YouTube channel, what are you doing with your life? Make sure you click that big red subscribe button and make sure it goes to grey. That's what we want to see, because there's so much content coming on this channel that you don't want to miss. And also, if you enjoyed today's stream, make sure you give it a little like as well, because you do really appreciate that. It helps to push it out to other motorsport fans. So we really appreciate all of your support here at Alpha Live. But hopefully, the drivers all coming into the pits now from that TKM Extreme class race, and DJ will be down there very shortly to have a chat with all the drivers. And in fact, he's ready now.
Thank you very much, John. Yes, the final race of the day, and a very exciting one on that penultimate lap. But your race winner over here, cheeky grin on his face. He's chatting to Chris Whilton there, but, well, Harvey Roffe, firstly, I've already spoken to Sam Johns, and all he wants to say is you're his hero. So,
yeah, thank you very much. He's my hero.
You know, what a race that was. I mean, you caught up. What a drive that was to catch up to Joe Fowler on that one. You know, they had the live stream going, you had lots of support in there, but talk us through. I mean, when you started battling, you had about a 3-second lead from the rest of the pack, and then after 2 laps you were then 4, 5, 6 of you battling.
Yeah, well, I know Joe's really, really good at defending. He's got a lot of experience in the car, so I just had to be in front of him, and if I can, for defending in front of 6 cars instead of just him, would have made it a lot easier, because he can't go for the outside moves as easy. So that was just my plan, really. And then they started battling, I got a gap, and I just had to drive away.
Yeah, I mean, again, a brilliant result on that one. Must be happy with it. Let everyone getting their photos in. You're famous, mate. There we go. Well done. But you said you were going to give us an exciting weekend. You said to me at the start, oh, I'm going to win it. And you only gone and did it. So well done.
Yeah,
who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my dad, firstly, for being faultless on the spanners all weekend. My sponsors, M2 Computing and Sid Walters. And just all the people watching the stream, my family supporting me. And Tim Wilson Motorsport, everyone included. Tim Wilson, Thea Hesketh, Will Thomas, Joe Taylor, all of them give me great support all year round, so couldn't thank them enough.
Brilliant stuff. Harvey Roffe, congratulations. Well done there on your race win. Second place, Chris Whilton, who is now, as I come to it, he's now chatting to someone else, Mr. Popular over here. Chris, what a drive. Talk us through that one. That looked like hard work.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, the 2 leaders got away at the start, quite a bit of a gap, so it was just a case of me and Sam sort of pushing the whole way through the race and waiting for them to start fighting at the end, really. And then, obviously, we caught them up and gained a few places.
Yeah. What was going through your mind just as you could start, as soon as you saw those 2 at the front, Fowler and Roffe, start battling? What was going through your mind? Were you making the game plan as you were approaching?
Yeah, so I just worked with Sam just to get up there, really, and obviously they sort of hampered themselves by fighting so much, so we closed up really quickly, and once we was there, it was all for the win. Yeah,
no, it was a brilliant race, exciting all the way to the end, but who would you like to thank?
I'd just like to thank my mum and dad for everything we do, Talco Racing, Calgate Performance.
Brilliant stuff. I don't know how, but he's just done a 15-minute final. His hair looks better than mine. Yeah. What's that about? Right, let's chat to our third place man, Sam Johns. Sam, obviously we spoke. Harvey's your fan as well, so yeah, he's your biggest fan. And he's your hero as well. But yeah, again, talk us through that one. I mean, you could see you shaking your head quite often, you know, going into that one. I mean, we could see it was just like a little, you know, yeah. But you know, you caught up still.
Yeah, I think credit needs to go down to Harvey for that, because I didn't think I had the pace to keep up with him. So I knew Chris would be a threat to Harvey's win, so I just wanted to make sure I was in front of Chris. And then when I saw Harvey defending from Joe, I knew Chris was smart enough to work with me to try and catch them, which we did, which brought us both in for the win. Both of us got Joe, fortunately, and I'm very pleased with Harvey for the win. He's deserved it. He's a brilliant driver. Nice kid as well.
Yeah, it's a solid drive from yourself, and you like to make it exciting all the way to the end of the race. I mean, it went a bit dull in the middle, I'm not going to lie, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, make it exciting at the end. Brilliant race, mate. Well,
let's just hope PFI has some more fun bits, I guess.
Let's hope so. Who would you like to thank?
Mainly this man, because I forgot to thank him at Warden Law. Oh. Harry, thank you very much, my friend. Harry's mum, I said thank you to him now, so you can't hate me anymore. My dad, Tim Wilson, Theo, Will, and Wilton Mill for putting on a really good event. This Good track, this. I like it.
Yeah. It's a fun track, isn't it? Well, congratulations, third place, Sam Johns. Well done.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Excellent stuff there from our top 3 drivers in the TKM Extreme. And again, what a weekend. And unfortunately, it's over before it really feels like it's even started. Again, a huge thank you to everyone helping organise this from Motorsport UK, for the guys here at Wilton Mill, to everyone at Alpha and Ive as well, all the camera crew, all the producers, everyone like that. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Thank you to all you, the viewers, for getting your comments in and getting involved with all the polls on there as well. And a huge thank you to my co-commentator who replaced my karting wife, to John Ratcliffe out there. But from everyone here at Wilton Mill and the Wera British Kart Championships, it's goodbye for now. Again, thank you everyone for your patience. We've got the final race on the podium. If I could grab the paddock, please, guys. Fusion, that means you. Thank you. On to our TKM Extreme finalists. Please welcome onto the podium, all the way from Wales and Tim Wilson Motorsport, number 27, Sam Johns. Well done, Sam. Get up there. Hat, trophy, cheesy grin, smile. There we go.
Trophy?
Trophy, yeah, go on. Oh, God, should be used to this, Sam. We move on to second place for TKM Extreme. And again, a driver who had better hair after finishing a final than I did after being in the commentary box. Please welcome to the podium, privateer driver number 5, Chris Whilton. Trophies, smiles. Yeah, it's good hair, that. Keeps it tidy. Perfect. On to our race winner after a fabulous drive in the final. Please welcome onto the podium for Tim Wilson Motorsport, number 63, Harvey Roffe. And his winning mechanic, Grego. Well done. Whoa, oh, savage, savage. Grego receives his medal reluctantly after that. Smiles all around. Ladies and gentlemen, please hear it up for your TKM Extreme finalists. Again, thank you very much to everyone for joining us this weekend. Please have a safe drive home, and we'll see you at PFI the next round. Thank you.